action. Take 155. Hey YouTube. Okay, so I've decided to do a 7-day sugar detox. Yes. I literally decided to do this yesterday evening after pretty much having like a weekend where I just ate whatever the hell I wanted. But it's not just this past weekend that inspired me to do this. So I wanted to make this video describing why I'm doing it and what exactly I'm going to be doing over the 7-day detox and what that means and what is sugar and what kind of sugar am I talking about and all the other rules that I'm going to be committing to over this next 7 days. Now, I just put out on social media an invite basically for anyone to do this with me. Put it out on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram, and now here on YouTube, for literally anyone to do this with me, because I realize doing challenging things is much more fun when you do them with friends, and regardless of if they're over the internet or if they're in person. Plus, I figured if I want to do this, I'm sure there's a couple other people out there who also want to do something like this, and maybe this is their chance to like jump on board and do it with friends. Anyway. Alright, so why am I doing this? Well, since I just decided to do this on a whim last night, this weekend, not gonna lie, I ate a lot of sugary foods. But I've been noticing over the last 2 or 3 weeks that I've been allowing myself here and there to have more food that is higher in sugar, higher in like unnatural sugar, higher in artificial sweetener. And I usually don't do that. But I sort of like let it slip here, let it slide here, allow myself to do it here and there. And then I noticed that my craving for it, the attention of where my brain is going, like, ooh, I could totally go for that now. It is happening more. So when I'm like functioning at my best and I'm eating great and I have great energy, I rarely crave food that is artificially sweetened. I rarely crave food that is high in sugar. I rarely crave food that's like baked goods or even like protein bars that are sweetened. I don't crave artificially sweetened things ever. And I just want to eat real food. Like the sweetest thing I crave would be an orange, something like that. So I know that my body is getting that like sugary addictive feeling back and sort of like that loss of control feeling, because I just feel like I have to have this, like I need to have this right now feeling. I know that I'm becoming more addicted to sugar again, and I'm eating it more when I crave it more. Simple as that. I also notice I'm not super satisfied at the end of my meals. Like it almost is like every time I eat, all of a sudden my appetite just opens up and I just want to eat all the time. And when I'm eating well for my body and my mind, it doesn't happen. I'll eat a meal and I'll be satisfied and I'll be energized and I'll just want to continue my day. But now often I find that I'll eat a meal and I'll just want to eat more and more. Even if it's a balanced meal, I won't be satisfied with it. I don't like feeling like that. I don't want to be controlled by my cravings. I have this fear of doing it, like I'm not going to be able to do it. Like, oh my gosh, if I cut out sugar, like I'm going to turn into a crazy person and I'm going to crave it all the time. I'm just going to be a sugar monster. Like, this is what I'm thinking in my head. So because I'm afraid to do it, because I feel like I'm going to fail at doing it, I feel like I have to prove to myself that I can do it. It's 7 days, take it day by day, take it moment by moment. That's why I'm doing it. You're more than welcome to do it with me. I'm starting it tomorrow, Tuesday. I know it's short notice, but F it. Like some of these things, you just need to like jump in. So if you're gonna decide it, you're gonna decide it in a second. So you might as well decide it in the second with me. So I'm going to post all of this somewhere, maybe in a blog post. I'll probably start a Facebook group, private group for these people who are gonna do it with me, and I'll post all the rules in there. But in my head, I wanted to just eliminate unnatural sugar. So foods that are just have added sugar in them, foods that don't naturally occur in nature. Yeah. For instance, I will not go out of my way to get yogurt with mango in it, even though it's on the healthier side. And I definitely won't be eating baked goods like scones or donuts or cake or anything that has sugar added into it. But I definitely will eat fruit like bananas and citrus fruit and carbs like sweet potatoes and stuff like that, because I don't want to cut out real food. I don't want to like deprive myself of something that I know is healthy for me. And even if you eat a lot of those foods, you're still not going to be eating this as much sugar as you're normally eating by eating all those other processed sugary foods. So I think you get my drift, but I will definitely be listing all of like the yes foods and all of like the no foods and all the foods that you just want to limit, just eat in moderation over the next 7 days, because another thing that I'm tracking is my food in MyFitnessPal. And you can track your carbs, fats, and proteins, but you can also track the amount of grams of sugar that you eat. So I just looked back over the last few weeks, and I can vary between like 40 grams of sugar and like 80 grams of sugar a day, depending on if I have a Lenny's and Larry's cookie or not, basically. So my goal is to stay under 40 grams of sugar. I put into my phone, because I'm still going to eat the same amount of carbs and everything. I'm not going to be decreasing my calories. I'm not doing like a cleanse or a fast or anything. So I put into MyFitnessPal just a bunch of carbs that I usually eat. You can't see anything. Cool. So I'm just going to read it to you. Sauteed spinach and cherry tomatoes. I put that in my omelet in the morning. I eat a lot of shredded purple cabbage. I eat a lot of zucchini, Brussels sprouts, brown rice sometimes, banana, orange, Ezekiel bread, and a Korean yam. And I put all like the portions and everything that equal up to the amount of carbs I need to eat a day, which is 160 grams of carbs. But my sugar for all those foods and the portions that I put in is 35 grams. So if I pretty much stick to those foods more or less over the next 7 days in those portions, just to give me like a good guideline, okay, like this is what I need to eat, this is what I should be eating, this is how much really sweet fruit I can eat. This is, if you notice, I put a Korean yam in there instead of a sweet potato, because Korean yams have actually significantly less naturally occurring sugar than a sweet potato does. Obviously, it's less sweet. And then I noticed my fiber intake is like right on point where it needs to be, which is 28 grams of fiber for the day. So I did that because it'll give me a good idea of where I need to be eating, etc. So that helped. I highly recommend that you track your stuff in MyFitnessPal, but it's like pretty self-explanatory how to use it. Maybe one day I'll do a video on how I track my stuff in MyFitnessPal, if that's helpful. If it's something that you'd like, make a comment below and I'll make the video. So I'm gonna focus on foods like good proteins, healthy fats, and make sure that I'm satisfied throughout the day, because I know that like in a withdrawal, you crave these foods even more when you tell yourself you can't have them. And when you're not having them, especially in the first few days, everything starts to freak out and you're sort of like, give me the food. So I want to focus on the foods that I can eat, and that I can add to food to sweeten it up naturally. Like I can add a banana in my meal with my potato, and then it's sweeter. Ta-da! If I add coconut oil to things, that naturally tastes sweeter to me as soon as I do that. So I'll probably do things like that. Make sure I'm eating enough fat. I'm not cutting out anything except foods that have added sugar to them. So I will eat raw fruit. I will not eat dried fruit. I don't drink alcohol anyway, but if you do drink alcohol, it's not a good idea to drink it on this, because I don't drink it anyway, so it's not going to be on there. I recommend that you cut it out. Also, it's 7 days. If you can't cut out alcohol for 7 days, maybe you have a bigger problem. Sorry, I'm not sorry. The things I'm not giving up, because this is a sugar detox and not a caffeine detox. I'm sure it would help if I gave up the caffeine, and maybe I do have a problem with caffeine, but I'm not giving up coffee. And the last thing is drinking enough water. This is going to be a huge help in just like cleansing and just getting the shit out. I mean, your immune system, your digestive system is going to be running better, but you also want to help move everything along by drinking enough water. And if you are a person that drinks juice or a lot of artificially sweetened beverages, you're going to realize that you will crave that stuff even more. It's like wicked. It's wicked. So drinking water, you can add lemon to the water. That helps me drink more at once. You have to drink even more water than you think you do. A recommendation that I give people is drink half your body weight in ounces of water. So if I weigh 140 pounds, I need to drink at least 70 ounces of water. This is 33 ounces of water. So I need to drink 1, 2, and then a little more. I drink 3 of these anyway a day. This is something I recommend highly for you to help you in being successful at this. It's when you do things like this, when you give yourself a challenge to like remove stuff and basically tell yourself like, I can't have this, that can be really frustrating to the system. And when you're at your worst moments in this challenge, you're gonna hate those limits. So you want to tell yourself the things that you can do and that you can have a lot of, and that you want to focus on the positive changes. Drinking more water, eating more high fiber vegetables, eating more fruit, stuff like that. If you're in, I'm starting it tomorrow, which is Tuesday, April 12th, because starting things on a Monday is overrated and not necessary. But if you happen to see this video and it's Tuesday night or it's Wednesday morning and you're like, F, I want to do it, then whatever, just do it. Just do it with us. Send me a message. I'll add you to the Facebook group, NBD, done. Whatever. But yeah. All right, that's all I got for now. I'm going to be doing a video a day. Yeah, a little vlog a day, tracking how I'm feeling. Spit on myself. Tracking how I'm feeling, like subjectively, because I can already tell you I feel bloated. I feel like I'm holding on to a lot more water. I feel like my face is bloated. I feel a little cloudy in the head. I'm not hungry at all. I feel like I'm carrying more water in my lower back, which is where I carry, more body fat even, which is where I carry my body fat in my back and my upper thighs. So all that's uncomfortable, and I just want to feel, also my energy level is a lot lower during the day. I just gave you that example of I'm eating a full meal and then I'm still not satisfied. So I don't like all of those subjective feelings, and I want to keep track of those throughout this week to see how they change and see if they change through the 7 days. So that's all I got, and I'm out. Comment below if you're in, or send me a message. I'll put my email address right here, and I'll add you to the Facebook group. Obviously, we have to connect on Facebook. Also, Christine Cohen is my name. Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.